what amount, if I'm not mistaken, close to $125,000 or something?
It says in here $125,000 they're paying
A year.
to Boys and Girls Club.
To
every
do
year.
what, and what's happening with the money?
And the club gets to keep all the money
Page 3,
From-
section H.
from special events.
Yes.
Why are they charging City of Stockton to have their youth meetings? We are a commission of the council
Yes.
to have our meetings. And I can't say, well, are they charging? I don't know. Why
They haven't been
are
over there. They haven't been over
Yeah, we
there
haven't
last
been
year,
over
so.
there.
they
Okay,
won't.
number one. So let's find out those action items that we're talking about, revisiting the contract, just leaving this meeting so you feel like you have something solid. What's going on? Where's your money? That you
Right,
said?
no, you raised a perfect question, and without a doubt, we need some answers.
Please.
And we all need answers, and you've raised some important questions, not just for yourself, but for the entire community.
Yeah. It's a great resource. It's a beautiful center, and it needs to be effectively utilized, and it isn't. It hasn't been.
And it can't be. There are people such as William, what's his name, last name? The man, the tall African-American man who's always there. There are adults who would love to volunteer to just come and greet. They do all kinds of crazy, weird things. Karate and dance and stuff. There are teens and adults and youth, people who would love to just go in there and volunteer to make it great. So, but if they're being limited, we need to find out why. So, without further ado, I guess we can just move to the teen webspace in 703. I'll just cut to the chase and ask a question. Can we be connected with IT, and what will it take for us to just provide them with a paragraph or two or something to provide teens with information, give them some sort of guidance? If we develop our own webpage like we did, Philip Hahn
Yeah,
developed
exactly.
Save our Stockton website that has more information on this than you guys have on the Stockton.
We should be able to link it right to that
Can we?
page.
If
Yeah, didn't we say that there was a problem with that though?
what is the problem?
With linking?
Well, in the past, I've heard discussions where it has to be approved, it has to be
There's
appropriate.
no
Who do we talk
question.
to?
So we
There's no
can't,
question.
because you can't be putting
Just direct
something
link.
out there. Everybody has input, everybody has a different, what is
Yeah.
appropriate. And so sometimes, the city has to have a certain requirement, a certain image.
So who?
Because we got the same thing, we've still got the adults, who we don't want the adults, we don't want, young people going in one direction and the adults going the other. We want the adults and the young people all going in the same positive direction. So maybe they ought to take some time to check into what all is involved with that.
Yeah, we have to look at that.
I would suggest that we maybe have a conversation with IT so that we can get some parameters
Exactly what you have to
of
do.
what they need, and maybe with our public information officer, and have a conversation of how we can have
Yeah.
some communication.
And maybe we can use
available.
our Connie Cochran, our public information, maybe she can be the filter, the liaison
Exactly.
between,
That's what I
so that if there's any issues.
Right. Well, what would be ideal is that we've got creativity with the youth, you both know that. So if they were to work together, can the youth put in suggestions? That kind of thing is what needs to go on and has not been
Well,
going.
what I would like to see is, I'd like to see some of you guys that have the ability to actually do this, do some
Even
internships
better,
with
even
Campus
better,
Loan.
even better.
And actually work on updating and doing it
Great.
under direct supervision and log in those community service hours
Terrific.
and doing what you like to do and know how to do. And then you have that to me, that's
Yes.
even better,
Save
because
them
you
time
don't have
too,
all of
save
those.
staff time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It can help the city. There are youth that do
Good.
web design, there are youth that do,
Yes.
stream, and
Very
they,
We've lost our channel 97.
And so we only have a
Floyd
part-time,
has left.
we have a
so-
part-time person,
Floyd has
Andreas.
left. Yeah,
Yeah, this is
Andreas.
something where these
I mean,
youth could really
we
help
have
with that.
some departments in the city of Stockton that by year end will be reduced by 50%. I mean, and overall, we're looking at about a 25 to 30% reduction. So you have to, that's just going to be our reality for the next few years. So we're going to really need to partner with citizens.
sounds like an
That's
opportunity
what it's
to
all
benefit the
about.
youth and the city.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is an opportunity.
I definitely agree that the internships would be a great advantage. And people, and just like Stephanie stated earlier with the IB diploma program at Franklin, we have to do these community service hours And why not two birds with one stone right there? That's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
If we could put that into place.
It would be great.
And now,
so.
when you're in college too, I just found out as a freshman, like I'm doing an internship, having the same conversation on NAACP and modernizing. I just submitted my recommendation for the web. Is you get college credit for it too, or we could probably even get high school credit for something like that. So again, that's a wonderful recommendation that we'd love to follow up with you in the next couple of weeks to see how we can make that into a reality. That would
That'd be great.
And then also, Ms. Dina Youth, who I understand is not with the Art Commission anymore.
We don't have an arts director
Okay,
anymore.
when I was on the commission again, this was, unfortunately, as I was transitioning out, I think we were all at the meeting with Ms. Rencher, so YEET meeting, it wasn't YAC, I think it was YEET, but I was there representing YAC. And we developed a subcommittee, and we actually had a couple of meetings, but unfortunately, when I was done, I turned out as a senior. But we actually laid the framework to put together a community-wide youth calendar, identified the schools, we identified a lot of the youth organizations. So maybe in terms of the website, we could start by just putting a youth calendar, so youth have some place to go and see just, all the youth, specifically youth events. Because I know I went on recently.
Or if one group is having something, if one church is having an activity, or the Red Cross or something. See, YEET used to do some of that networking.
Now, but what they have, there are some of it, like the church, one of the churches, Progressive, something had a youth summit. So they do have, the way it's set up now, which is more than the way it was when I left, is it's not saying that you can't do it, but maybe on that page where it says things to do in Stockton, it says children, it says families, but it's maybe teens, like teens, click here and use your teen calendar for the month. That makes a difference because if it says teen Bible, teen anything, I'm like, okay, good, pick me, because I'm a teen and I want to do whatever it's for, specifically for teens. I'm special because I'm a teen. So maybe a teen calendar, we can start with that, or the
And
Boys
I
and Girls
think
Club.
that those are good ideas, and you've provided so many good ideas tonight. What maybe I would like to see is just a one sheet with bullets that you can kind of condense what those suggestions were in respect to the volunteer time, the opportunities for internships, the website, the calendar, and all these things that you've talked about. And then I think what we should do is take that one page then, and then I'm sure Councilmember Miller and certainly Councilmember Eggman also, perhaps we can host a meeting that will engage city staff so we can have a larger conversation about how to implement these ideas.
Right. Yeah, and we'll in advance meet with Pam Sloan
And get,
at Community Services and let her have some time to do
Dissolve
some
it.
research on their end so that when we do get together, we can actually have some,
valuable.
yeah, some proposals for, okay, where can we actually go from here? What would be the next logical steps for us to take? So I think this is.
Let's see if
really
within the
popular.
next 30 days, we can't try to tackle at least getting some answers.
And that was, what you just mentioned, both of you, was the task force. We put a nice little fancy fun word on it, but that's exactly, so that was the third point, is having those conversations with you all saying, we need to do this, which we need just hugs. That was it. That's
Happy to do it.
Yeah.
So,
I think what is probably the most important is that whatever group goes forward with the youth, that they have a direct contact and follow-up with council.
Absolutely.
Used to be, I think they used to report even twice a year or something, that they came in. They need to have that direct link. So that if there are staff changes, there are different directions with budget, whatever the circumstances are, at least they're feeling that the council, whether it be all of you or continuing down in the future, they still have a place to come in directly to the council. And we've kind of dropped that, I think, in the last 2 years. And I think that is where it comes from, that they don't feel prioritized. We need to make our youth in this city feel what we all feel. But